Well, let's get started. So for those of you who are just getting on, we're just going live right now with Free Church Media, Chandler Boyce. Today we're going to be talking about what Free Church Media is, what it offers, and why it's important for us to have a resource just like this in our grasp as the church. And I know for me, Chandler, I've told you this before in our past conversations, but it was such a big deal to me especially when you reached out and talked about Free Church Media, of what it is. And it was a big deal to me because I remember when I was a youth pastor of a little church of, 250 people, youth ministry of 50 kids, like just struggling to just make every week work when the senior pastor is the full-time guy and I'm the only other one. So I'm leading worship. I'm leading our youth ministry. I'm making
cleaning
graphics.
The bathrooms.
Yeah, I'm doing it all, man. Like, that was my life. And so I remember just like searching the internet for something that would be to this magnitude of what you guys are doing. So I'm excited about it, man. Like, I'm very passionate about what you guys got going on. And so if you can just real quick introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Free Church Media.
Yeah, so my name's Chandler Boyce. We're in Oklahoma. We're based out of Oklahoma City, and we're part of Free Church Media is a ministry, part of Youth America, and a part of a local church here in Oklahoma City, Church of the Harvest, that my father-in-law started. So married in, and never really thought I was going to be in ministry. Wanted to be in business. Went to business school, played sports my whole life, and it's been almost 10 years, and so kind of how we, obviously we're a local church. Along with a local church, we do a summer camp and a conference. And a couple years ago, actually in 2009, when my brother-in-law, who he had taken over Youth America, God gave him a vision, and it was a 4-part vision, and one of those visions was to equip and build churches and leaders through relationships and resources. We had done the relationship stuff well, but we just hadn't really got into actually resourcing churches and pastors. And so a couple years ago, one of my great friends, Landon, had started what Free Church Media was before this, and he was transitioning. He was going to be a senior pastor, so he said, "Hey, I'm going to give it to you." So what I love about Free Church Media is it's actually the reason why maybe we don't necessarily put Youth America or Church of the Harvest on it, because it's bigger than any person or organization.
Yeah.
It really is about the church, and because there's been so many hands involved in this thing, it's like it would take me probably honestly 30 minutes to even give the backstory, but I won't long do that. So basically, about 4 or 5 months ago, we were through some conversations. We had it was formerly called Youth America Resource, and it was a monthly subscription. And we just felt like God said, "Hey, if you really want to help churches and pastors, then why are you charging them? Like, stop charging them." And so we were like, "Oh, well, okay, like obviously people have to get paid, and we want to make sure that we want to take care of people and the work that they do." So we took a step of faith and launched it in November at our leadership conference, and it's been awesome. Honestly, the feedback and what God's doing, and we've already seen over 2,000 people sign up, and here's kind of here's kind of what our thought was, and you understand this, being from being a youth pastor, a part of a smaller church or smaller community, is that, I mean, stats show that 87% of all churches are under 500. Okay, so when you look at studies, that means they may only have at most maybe 5 staff members, and I promise you, most of those churches, I would say probably 80 to 90% of churches, they're not going to be able to afford a full-time graphics video person, someone helping them write and research messages and do small group notes, and so we want to help pastors and churches communicate the gospel, because the message is good, but that means, since we live in a digital world, the graphics need to be good, and the videos need to be good, and the content needs to be good. And so that's what we're doing. So right now we're doing what we're doing right now with sermon series. So in everything you download, there's going to be promo videos, social media, bumper videos, a countdown video.
Yeah,
there's anywhere between 11 to like 14 different assets that you can download.
Wow.
And that's where we're at now. We're hoping to eventually get into worship motion backgrounds. Just basically, we have a list of stuff that, as we continue to raise the funds and financial contribution, we're going to keep adding more stuff. Just a quick God story, because this is a God deal, is that part of our plan in 2020, 2021 is we want to start translating everything into Spanish and Portuguese. Because there's each one of those languages, like, I think there's like a quarter, like, million people that speak those languages.
Yep.
This is crazy. We had a kid, he's in our church, he goes to UCO, and he was like, hey, I need to get some internship hours for our church. And we're like, yeah, cool. He's, does video graphics, whatever. So this was like 2 months ago. He comes yesterday to our team meeting, and we're just talking about, like, background, what you're, like, he's like, yeah, both my parents are Hispanic. I was like, do you speak Spanish? He's like, yeah, I'm bilingual. I'm like, are you kidding me? God's sending, you here. And so we're going to start actually probably in the next month, start just slowly translating every package. So then good. We can have it in Spanish. And so that's our heart, man. We want to help. We want to help give pastors and churches. We want to save them time. We want to save them money. Yeah. And the truth is that, like, and you get this, you're a pastor, I'm a pastor. Yeah. The most important things in our lives are people. And if you're not behind a desk making stuff, having to plan all this time, make all this, it's like you can go build better leaders, reach more people, get into schools, so true. Build all those things. So that's kind of, the quick story and what God's doing and connecting me with amazing people like you. And we, got on the phone and just, like, as you were sharing your heart, I was like, dude, you're saying the exact same things we do. Yeah. And you're passionate for the church and just being encouraging to even graphic designers and creatives to, like, hey, keep creating, keep staying, don't stop. Like, because the message and the things that you're creating are amazing. So anyways.
Yeah, so good. I did see a comment that came through that actually was leading me to my next question anyways. But he said, I'm sure there's lots of graphic designers out there who have designed and they never get used again. So maybe those designs can get recycled. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so when we went free, it opened up a lot of opportunities because what we started doing is because Youth America has been around for 30 years, we do have a lot of relationships with churches. And so I started reaching out to some of my church friends and the few graphic designer guys that I kind of became relationships with because of what this is new. Because I'm not a graphic. You don't want me doing your graphics. Like I get on, I get on Canva and over, and my team's like, will you please stop, man? Like, you're like, there's a reason why you have us. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So we like, because it's free, we said, well, I wonder if all these churches, like these good sized churches, they do a sermon series, and then, they're paying someone thousands of dollars a month, a year. They use it, and then it's just sitting on some server. Yeah. And it's amazing. Like, there's a couple churches like Bethany Church in Baton Rouge. Like, their guy, Alex, is like, dude, they kill it. And so he was like, dude, we'll send you everything. For sure. And so we're working on uploading all their stuff. And there's so many other churches that I could say. So basically right now is we're looking for partners financially, obviously, to keep this going and to do more. But then we also have content contributors. And so we're just taking graphics, and it's kind of cool because what we're doing is we'll do all the work. So like your church and like even Alex and other churches, they'll send stuff in, and we just say, hey, even if you have one graphic and you give us the working file, our team and our college students who are learning how to do graphics, they can work on it and build it out. And so we can take a working file and we can make the promo video, motion graphics, all that stuff. And so we can even take one graphic and then we make out this whole video graphic package. And now it's like, now we're getting stuff for free. We're not having to necessarily create, but we can add to it. And we have churches that, again, like you said, it's like they're just sitting on hard drives. And now they can honestly delete some of that stuff because we're storing it for you. And that way, every time someone's like, hey, hey, can I get this file? And it's like, here, it's on Free Church Media, and we organize it by whoever the church or the designer is. Good. So that way, like, for you,
recognition and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
because it's all like it's a partnership thing. So we want to give credit to the creators and the people that come up with this stuff, and so that way people can also go, oh, I like Julian stuff. Like, I want to see what all he's doing. Well, they could go and it'll list everything out for that. So good. That's kind of one thing that's been fun.
And I feel like doing it that way, yes, we're doing for free. You're making an opportunity for people to download stuff for free, but what you're also doing is giving opportunity to graphic designers and creatives
Yep.
to be seen in a way. Like,
Oh,
say
absolutely.
I create something, someone loves it, and they're like, man, we need to get Julian to come down and do some stuff for us, and then it just creates this opportunity, and that's the kingdom of God. That's collaboration, like that's what it's meant to be, so I think that's beautiful, bro.
And I'll say this is at first I kind of thought, man, I don't know if even a lot of maybe even graphic designers, they would kind of feel threatened by this, but
Yeah.
honestly, the big part of Free Church Media is Josh Whiting, and his Instagram name's Bright Cole.
Yeah.
And he's the one doing a lot of this. He branded all of our stuff, and honestly, he's gotten more business being a part of this. And he's given so much time, and obviously we're paying him, but like he's going way above and beyond.
Yeah.
And what I love about even the creative world in the church world is everyone's so connected. And honestly, like I wish like even like seeing like everybody knows each other, because even when I kind of got in, it's like, oh yeah, I know that guy and this guy. I'm like,
yeah.
Dude, I love this. I love like this community that is forming. And so we want to help be that as well. And so and we'll kind of talk about this, but the another kind of movement we're starting, I guess, is called Stop Bad Church Graphics.
Yeah. Hashtag.
And it's, I hope people don't take it wrong. Like,
we're
not bashing.
Yeah.
We want to create community. We want to have fun. We love to laugh. And so we have to, as a church, we got to get better about laughing at the fact that there's just some things that we are behind or don't always do the best at. And so basically we're just going to create kind of a community network for that, and create, a community where people can help each other and even learn. There's another organization called Yellow Box. I don't know if you know them.
Love them.
So
yeah, great people.
We're actually, we want to not only do that, but we want to get into the education side. So that way we can educate people on how to do good graphics, good videos, good motion graphics, but then also even like help the transition between churches and designers, and how to work together well, and how to help pastors go, hey, this is what I look like, without, wanting to say, I want to use papyrus. And it's like, hey man, you can't use that. And because that's my story, is because I'm not a creative. I have a hard time. Like, hey, this is what I think I want. Like, I don't know how that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's kind of something that we want to do. And even kind of stealing the idea of what you do is being encouraging and highlighting great churches and graphic designers. Is we want to create that community, and then lead it to where we can even train and pump out even more. Because and I don't know if we talked about this, but I don't know in the church world if there's been a shift now in relationships with like the senior pastor or whoever's communicating, because the most important person, I believe now, to a pastor is your video people, your graphic people, because they're taking your message and your heart and your vision, and they're now taking it from Sunday or a staff meeting, and now they're communicating it on the website, social media, YouTube. And it's, you got to have, like, every pastor, communicator, preacher is, I mean, like the closest people that I talk to is like the people that, do you know camera? Can you edit? Can you do graphics? Like they're my, 2 years ago, I barely knew any, and now they're like, I talk to them every day. I have multiple friends, and so yeah.
That's so good, man. Well, you talked about Stop Bad Church Graphics. So I know that's going to be starting officially here in a few, but if I'm a designer and I want to be a part of Free Church Media and contributing, what's going to be the best way for me to do that? Do I just hashtag my graphic and you take it, or is there a place that I go to?
You can on our and I can put a link up, but if you want to email us, we'll send you, like, and everyone's different, because some guys are really organized. Like, they're like, here, I've got my Dropbox link of the last 8 years, and some guys are like, and some guys are like, I'll have to go find everything, because it's, whatever.
That's probably most graphic designers, to be honest with you.
But if you want to email us, DM us at Free Church Media, we'll follow up with we'll send you an email, and basically it'll list out everything that we're looking for, and kind of what you need to send us. But I want to encourage, I mean, if you want to be a part of this, even if you just have like one graphic, social media graphics, I mean, our team will do everything else. If we have the working file, obviously you can tag us, because I kind of want to, I mean, our biggest, like, another thing that we want to do is, like, I mean, even like what you do is like highlight churches that are communicating the gospel and what they're doing digitally in a great way. And so we're trying to integrate some of that and create that as well. But if anybody would love to be a part of this and you're like, I got so many graphics, whatever, man, let us know. Email us. We'll send you back a big email where you can upload it. You can send us your logo. We'll get you up on our partner page.
So good.
Send you a thank you, and man, be a part of helping thousands and thousands of churches and pastors, and honestly across the world. I should have looked. I forgot how many countries are already downloaded, but I mean, there's probably over 10 different countries that are active downloading and using this stuff. So it's That's crazy.
So good, bro.
It's crazy.
So good. That's
Yeah.
so good. Like I was saying, when I was a youth pastor, man, there was like one resource and I had to pay a bunch of money and it wasn't even that great. And I had to wait for them to do edits, and it was just so different. And so for me, I think that if you're a pastor of a church, or maybe you're a volunteer at a church and you are busting your butt, it's time for you to really just take a hold of what's out there. And this is what this is. This is a resource for you as a leader, for you as a church member, or if you're a senior pastor trying to plant a church. I have a friend who's going to plant a church here very soon. I'm just looking at him. I'm saying, don't waste your time trying to do everything yourself. And use the resources that are in front of you. And if we could be smarter, we'll be able to reach more people. And that the whole purpose, Chandler, to me, is that we can reach more people. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that by not wasting our time on things that we shouldn't be wasting our time on. So let people like you and me be the ones who create an opportunity for you to get into a place where you can just it's download, you plug and play, and you go. It's very simple and easy. And there's tons of great resources out there. But I haven't seen a free resource like this before. And so I'm personally excited, man. I'm pumped. I'm excited about what God's going to do in this. And so,
and again, I appreciate the opportunity, and there are so many great resources, and that's really what I want to do, because even the time stuff is, you just don't know. Like, for instance, most people don't know, like, Canva, the phone, which is on your computer now, and Uber. If you're a church and nonprofit and you have your ID number, you can get a free subscription and literally add as many people.
What?
Yep. And listen to this. We're working on contacting Canva, but we're going to try to start getting all of our stuff on Canva. So now, not only can you download all the free content, but then once it's on Canva, you'll be able to make small changes, do your church logos, your color palettes, the fonts.
Wow.
And then you can then that way you can take, if instead of having 3 or 4 social media options, if you want to do a series for 3, 4, 5 weeks or whatever, or maybe you're like, I know a lot of guys that what they'll do is they'll do like 2 months of kind of the same series, and then it's kind of general where you can preach a bunch of different stuff. Well, then you can change you can add dates, times, add your own pictures, all that stuff. So that's just kind of some of the stuff
crazy.
And the thing is like, it's and again, people don't know. And luckily, I am a pastor, and I've been in places where I'm like, I've got to get this done and I don't have money. So I got to like grind and hustle and ask for it for free. And so we want to just help even pastors like find out that stuff, like, hey, like there's ways to do it, and we want to make it good, because the truth is like there's not a lot of great free stuff like
so true.
digitally. And so that's just kind of what we want to do. So anyways,
that's so good, bro.
It's been a fun ride, and just, man, I love people like you in these conversations, and the people that are that are just like willing to jump on and just say, hey, whatever you need. And that's probably been the coolest thing, man, is just to see people like, hey, is this you guys? Like, I love, how can I be a part? What can I give? And I'm like, they're like, oh, I know you guys only do graphics or videos. I'm like, hey, if you have something that's a resource for another church, send it. I promise you, it's probably on our list of like things that we want to do in the future. And cause honestly, like, we got the URL, freechurchvideos.com, and a few other ones that we want to start kind of adding to the database, the library of our stuff. So, man, I feel like the sky's the limit. God's doing some cool stuff, and I think that man, there's no greater time to be alive as a Christian and a pastor.
So true.
Because we can reach anyone, anywhere, at any time, and we've got to maximize these opportunities.
right.
and help and do even things like this, like going live and building community. I mean, it's amazing.
So true, bro. So true. Well, hey, we're going to be in the next few weeks, really. We're going to be doing another live with Josh Whiting from Bright Coal. He's going to be talking a little bit about Stop Bad Church Graphics.
Yes.
And what the whole purpose of what that is and what that looks like and how you can get involved and stuff like that. But Chandler, man, thank you so much for just taking 22 minutes to talk and
I feel like 5 minutes.
I know, it really did. But I appreciate your heart and what you're doing. And this is the whole purpose, man. And if there's anybody out there who has questions about Free Church Media, how to get involved, how to be maybe a partner, how to give, all that's super important. So why don't you go ahead and just email them? You go to their website, Free Church Media. Is it freechurchmedia.com?
.com. Yep,
freechurchmedia.com. If you go there, you'll be able to email, get all the information, sign up to be a part of somebody who can receive these resources for free. But also, hey, if you're a student, make sure you go to what do you guys call it? YA?
Youth America College. Yeah, Youth America. Yeah. Yeah, we do. We call it YA. So YASC, Youth America Summer Camps, YALC, Youth America Leadership Conference, YAC. Yeah. Yeah.
So I would just encourage you guys have a college and everything at your church. And how many students do you guys have?
Oh, geez. I think we've got like 90 something.
So awesome.
And I'm trying to go ahead.
Are you utilizing them for Free Church Media?
So I've got three of them are on like specifically on Free Church Media Youth America team. And so they work on building out sermon series, videos, graphics, and then I've got a guy that Brad Hine, who's our video graphic guy that's in house. He's been with us for like 10 years. He crushed it, and then just had guys like Josh Whiting, who is, that dude is salt of the earth, heart of gold, and he just is he is a beast when it comes to branding and designing. So he rebranded all of Free Church Media, and I'm telling you, we made the decision like right before our leadership conference, and he did it in he did the whole rebrand in like a week or something.
So incredible.
And just anyways, I had to give a shout to him because he's the GOAT right now for me, and he's been my introduction to this world of creative graphic designs, and so I'm still so new. I'm just like,
I love it.
Like, hey guys,
I don't really know what I'm doing.
I know what Adobe is now.
It's more than just one thing, right? Like there's a ton of programs out there. Okay.
There's a lot of file names that I'm learning. Like, guys, what's an AI file? And why are there so many PS, PN, PDF? I don't know. Anyways.
Why can't I open this file in preview?
Dude, that you don't understand. That's like my life. Like seriously. Like I'm like, what file? What program? Does it tell me automatically? Because I can't, guys. I don't know what. Anyways, yeah. It's
so good. Hey, thanks, Noah. I appreciate that little love you just gave me. Julian is a great graphic designer.
You are. You just don't.
And everything's creative.
You just don't show it off as much as you probably should. But I know your heart.
Yeah. No.
It's okay to flex a little bit on some of these people with your skills.
It's not bad, but hey, I appreciate you, bro.
No, man, I appreciate you.
Let's do a follow-up, in a few months and just see where we're at, let people know where we're at and stuff. And
we should do can you do more than one person? You can do more than one person on these, can't you?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Because we could do you, me, and Josh. We could have.
That would be incredible.
We could do like an Instagram live conference.
That would be amazing. All right, man.
Cool, man. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna let you get back to it, and thank you for joining with me today, dude.
Hey, appreciate it so much.
All right, man. We'll see you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I'm one of our worship leaders, songwriters at Life.